Hey, what's up, winos? This is Quake.
And Dave, with our holiday, step one of our holiday extravaganza.
Yeah, welcome to another episode of Cheap Wine Finder.
And today we're going to talk about some of the cool things we've done lately, because we're always doing cool things. That's what we do. And we got a bubbly, do we not? And maybe a high-end bubbly that's kind of unexpected. And
yes, sir. We got some Prosecco today.
Here we go. And we're going to, well, first of all, we're going to get some, talk about some cool things that we've been doing. What do you want to do? You want to start that off?
Yeah, what did we do? Like, if we go back to the fall, there was Nancy's thing at Main Street Wines, the
LaGrange
fall gala. That was awesome.
Yeah, it's like one of the best suburban tastings. If you're from Chicago and the western suburbs, this thing is huge. There's music, there's food, there's high-end wines. It's really good taste. And they have a spring and they have a fall gala, and they have other things going on too. They always have events. That's Mainstream Wine and Liquors.
They got a dude playing guitar in there.
Yeah, and there's just, I mean,
we met some pretty cool winemakers.
Yeah. You know, it's in the suburbs, and you don't expect it to have the quality of wines that, you know, you don't always see that everywhere, and actually getting reps from the wineries there too. It's a step up, and it's huge. It's in a ballroom. It's really nice, and it goes on for hours, and people are having fun, and it's a good thing to do.
Nancy's cool peeps. Nancy and her son are some of my favorite peeps. They're so nice.
They're one of the few people that put up with us, right?
Yeah. What else? We did the Chill, the Lux Home Chill in November.
That's an annual event at the Merchandise Mart, which is on the river in Chicago. At one point, it was the largest in terms of volume building in the world. It's not that tall, but it's a huge freaking building.
Yeah, and they're doing this cool thing with the art on the outside of it these days.
Oh,
they're
they light
showing
it up,
all that stuff. Yeah,
they have artists do light shows on the building.
But we were inside the building, and it's just a bunch of showroom after showroom of
high-end kitchens and bathrooms.
Wine, and a Chicago chef in there doing his thing.
Yeah, the showrooms will have like a refrigerator and a stove that costs more than your car. And then those cabinets are from Craftsman and the Black Forest, who handmade your Craftsman. You know, it's like there's like $500,000 kitchens in these rooms.
Oh yeah, it's pretty cool.
And that's your party room, and there's a bunch of them.
And what is it? They always tout it as 50 top chefs, 150 premium wines, and then they raise money for these charities. It's the Lynn Sage Foundation, the Respiratory Health Association, and a place called the Saturday Place. We started going to that, 2007? That's their first year. They've raised over $1.85 million for those charities.
Yeah, all while having a really good time, because every showroom is an extravaganza. I mean, just being allowed in and out of these showrooms is kind of cool, but when you have all these chefs making food and all these really kind of wonderful wines, and the thing about it is, in there, though, maybe 2 or 3 wines, a lot of tastings, there's like row after row of tables and everybody's pushing and shoving. This is so spread out that you really don't have a problem with that.
No, it's really spread out. That's one of the things I like about that thing.
And you go in,
you're drinking good stuff for charity.
Yeah, there'll be like a string quartet in one of these things, and a mariachi band in another, and some guy playing the flute over here. And
and all those performance art guys.
Oh yeah, there's like it kind of looks like some surreal 1890s London with people on stilts walking by, and that lady with a dress that was actually all these little cakes.
Yeah. She was the dessert table.
Yeah. And there's always some guy on like a crazy bicycle that is shooting beer out of this thing. And it's like, it's like, whoa, all in this 1930s marble building full of fancy high-end bathrooms and kitchens.
Heck yeah. So maybe we'll see you there next year.
Yeah.
Lux Home Chill.
Yeah. If you haven't been doing it, I mean, it doesn't go, it's maybe 2 or 3 hours long. It's not a drunken thingamajig. It's out having wine and having fun. It's, you really can't replicate it anywhere else. And in the Merchandise Mart, it's a Brown Line stop is right there. It's a 15-minute walk to the trains, so it's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
And that's that's a couple of things that we've been doing, and like some really great tastings. You always want to know about the good ones, the ones that go a step farther, give you a little bit more than just somebody pouring wine. Can you tell me about the wine? No. You get that all the time.
Yeah. We got another little local bubbly tasting we're going to go to right after this, as a matter of fact.
Oh,
it's like a party.
I know, from a talking cat.
Yeah, that's right. He hates Mondays and overpriced wine.
Yes, but loves bubbly. No, it's Garfield's. That's a chain here. It's a really nice tasting. It's going to be a lot of fun. So after we do this, we're going to keep on going. But what else do we do?
Yeah. Well, let's get started. Today we've got Mionetto.
What do we got? It's the orange label, right?
Yeah. So we have the IL bottle, which is, you've seen that in stores. It's just IL, and it's got the real striking graphics. And that's kind of for, that's really drink it now, young and
fun.
Pizza wine. Yeah. The one we're going to get into. So Mionetto has these levels, the IL level that I just talked about, the prestige level, which is what we're going to be drinking today. They have an avant-garde level, and then the top of the line is the luxury level.
Yeah, and that one is the one, with sparkling wine, the longer the second fermentation lasts, the creamier the wine gets. So if you like yours like crisp and everything, then get the less expensive. If you want some creaminess going on, then try to find one that's got a little bit of an extended, I think its term is triage, isn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah. And here we go. We're gonna pop the top on this, man.
Yes, this is from the Prestige collection. Again, it's the Mionetto Prosecco.
It's got
DOC Treviso.
What's up, Doc?
And DOC is the Domaine Originian Controlizza.
Yeah. Valbian, what's that? Valbianito or Valbianani or
talking about
my Italian is every bit as good as my French.
Yeah, so that just means the grapes are from Treviso, which is in the Veneto. Treviso is kind of where Prosecco originated, along with tiramisu, I find out.
But the Val Benedetti, that's in the middle. It's this hilly place. That's DOCG. G stands for guaranteed. And that's basically based on the land there. Grapes like hillsides. The water is good there. The temperature, it doesn't rain too much. The climate's good there. It's like the best spot for grapes is the DOCG. But there is no bad spot for grapes. So DOC's, for my taste, I usually can't tell the difference between one or the other. I like them both. So we're drinking DOC wine here, DOC's.
Absolutely. We wanted to do them side by side, but I already drank the DOCG. I just in the kitchen staring at the clock.
This morning, got up. Jim Morrison's alive. I woke up this morning and I got myself a Prosecco.
All right, let me pop this thing.
Okay, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yay! Hey! Now pour them out, man.
All right, here we go.
Pour one for the homies. Ooh.
Look at a mousse on this.
The mousse is loose. And here we go. Oh, nice little teeny tiny bubbles. The one thing I read one time is you can tell about the quality of a sparkling wine by the size of the bubbles.
Oh, yeah, the smaller the better.
And I can never figure out which one is small and which one is tiny. They all look small to me. I never saw like big bubbles. So I don't think that's a good way of deciding what they are. This one has got teeny tiny bubbles, so that's a good sign.
Oh, it's just pretty.
The color, I would say, is pale gold.
Yeah, I'd go with that. Straw.
I like gold better. When you're drinking bubbles, you don't want to talk about straw.
What do you think of these flutes? Pretty cool, huh?
And he'll toot his flute for you.
These are pretty. I stole them.
You sold them?
They're on loan, as a matter of fact.
Call it a loan,
if you will.
Yeah, they are. They're square. They're square bottom flutes. Okay, let's.
Your what hurts?
Gold? Yeah. Okay, you're going to get the lemon thing on the nose. Maybe some green apple.
Yeah, I definitely get that apple. Happily.
One thing about these Proseccos is that you don't get the yeasty thing because they're tank fermented rather than bottle fermented. They're not in as close proximity with the yeast. So you kind of, I know people don't really like the yeastiness of champagne. And that's why they love Prosecco, because you get the crisp, clean taste and not the bready thing going on. So you don't normally get the bready thing with Prosecco, though I have had some that had a little bit of it. This one is the clean, crisp one.
Oh, yeah.
And are you going to go in for a sippy sip?
Let's do it.
Yeah, sippy sip was a shout out to Gary Vaynerchuk.
I thought he was Sniffy Sniff.
It was Sniffy Sniff, not sippy sip?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Sniffy.
My mind is going. So here we go.
There's that apple.
Yeah.
That's delicious.
You know, there's like a little bit of a mineral edge, and then the ripe fruit. Is this a little bit sweet, or is this is Brut, right?
It's Brut.
Okay. And then there's like this kind of like lemon cough drop thing going on, just a little bit.
You know, it's got a really nice finish, like honey. I wasn't calling you honey. I'm saying it had a honey finish.
Honey. Yeah, you're right, but it's kind of like maybe orange blossom honey. It's not just sweet. There's some kind of thing there.
Yeah, that's good. Orange blossom honey.
Yeah.
Is that a Martha Stewart thing too?
She invented honey? What's the thing you have Martha Stewart inventing all the time?
I forget. Some kind of lime.
Oh, no. It's lemons.
Oh, yeah.
It's the Meyer lemon.
The Meyer lemon. Yeah. Thanks, Martha.
So now she did the orange blossom honey too, I guess.
Ooh, this is good Glera.
In the holiday season, if you don't really know the difference between what a champagne is and a Prosecco is, it's kind of fairly simple. Prosecco is Glera grape, and any other kind of grape, like you ever see Asti Spumante, which is another type of Italian bubbly. That's from the Asti region, and they use Moscato for that.
Yeah.
And that's a Spumante, which is the Italian word for bubbly. And Prosecco is kind of the region, but they're doing the champagne thing where champagne is the region. Even though champagne's a sparkling wine and Prosecco's a sparkling wine, they're named after the region because they want to get people knowing their region.
Yeah. Yeah. That Il collection I talked about earlier had a Prosecco that they just called the what's the sparkling term again?
Spumante. Oh, if you ever sometimes you see like a rosé, and you can't get a rosé from Glera grapes, so they're green. You need a red, you need at least pink grapes to make it. So if you ever see a rosé from Prosecco, they got to call it a Spumante or some other name. They can't call it a Prosecco because it's not a Glera grape.
Yeah, they have that, and then their other one is the Moscato.
Yeah, and the other difference with between other sparkling wines and Prosecco is that it's made in the Charmat method, which was invented during the Industrial Revolution. They have these huge vats that are pressurized, and you put the wine that they fermented the first time in there, and they add a measured amount of sugar and yeast, and then they put it in this pressure thing for whatever. Every Prosecco house has their own way of doing it, but it's for weeks to months. And that pressure puts the bubbles, the CO2 that try to get released from the fermentation, second fermentation, back in the wine. That's where the bubbles come from. Champagne is in the traditional method. They invented that in the 1500s. It's all hand done. You got to do it in each and every bottle. So one is the Middle Ages and the other one is the Industrial Revolution. That's the main difference between Prosecco and champagne. Of course, grapes are different too.
The Charmat method.
Yeah.
Joey Charmat invented it.
Yeah, it's like laundromat. They should come up with a better name than Charmat. You know, it's like yeah.
And this is 11%, man. This isn't messing around. It's like drinking 2 beers.
Yeah, but you're supposed to drink it slower.
Just get a buzz on.
Yeah, it does a nice job. Know. It's a tasty Prosecco.
I had a wine condom on that bottle. I was going to see if under the bubbles it would blow it up like a balloon, but it didn't.
Oh, yeah. This brings us to something else. Here is something we found out about that we thought was like this is ridiculous, and it turns out it's not so ridiculous.
Oh, the wine condom? Yeah. So we got sent these, and they're really packaged cute. It's all about practice safe sips, protect your Pinot. It's doing all this play on words, and it comes packaged, and you open it up, and it looks like condoms. But you open it up, and what you roll it down, it's winecondoms.com if you want to check it out. They have a video. You just roll it down over your open bottle of wine, and it seals it. It's watertight. And my favorite thing is when I put a stopper on a wine and try to put it back upright in the fridge, it won't fit because of the stopper, the height of the stopper. With this thing, it's flush and it goes right back in there. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and there's plenty of times when you take the cork out of a bottle and it starts to come apart. And if you want to save that, you don't have a cork anymore, or it rolls off the counter and gets behind the garbage can, or the dog starts licking it. You don't want to put it back in. And these things go on there. They seal it. If the bottle tips over, it's not spilling. If you're transporting it from, like, there's a party on the deck and you're downstairs in the kitchen, you want to transport an open bottle, put this on there. You don't have to worry about spilling things.
Absolutely.
It sounds, it's a wine kind of, you hand one to somebody and they go, oh, what are you doing, man? And then you go, oh, no, that's what it is. And it makes sense. Actually, it solves a problem that actually you have from time to time. And it's a conversation starter. I mean, when I first heard it, I was like, oh man, that doesn't, what that's all about.
Yeah, but say what?
After a while, you go, I think I could use this occasionally. And it doesn't do double duty, because if you ever look at the neck of a bottle, that shouldn't be the proper size for an actual condom. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, so don't, and I wouldn't use, if you don't want to buy these, just use a regular one. A pack of Magnums or whatever those things are. Yeah. You probably shouldn't do that, but,
leave the bottle all greasy.
Yeah. But these things are probably, if you're having a party and you want to, get a conversation going, they actually work and they're kind of fun, and,
I think it's a great gift idea. Go check out their site, winecondoms.com. And, it's packaged cute. Their website's cute. Just all the little plays on words that they do.
Yeah.
Screw the cork. That's their motto.
Yeah, because corks nowadays, they're so bad. It's hard to get, especially like value priced wine. They're not great corks. If you actually get a cork, they crumble. Other times they're some kind of plastic thing, or, and this, at least maybe this doesn't at least go in the bottle. It just keeps it from, the wine from pouring out. I kind of like it better, because it's not like the corks in there are any great shakes anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, and stay tuned for winesoup.com, which will be online before too long.
There you go, winesoup.com.
For all your wine knick-knack needs.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about? Anything else about the wine? Because this is a really nice Prosecco.
It is awesome. Thank you, Mr. Mionetto.
This is one of those things that you have people over, you're holding the glass, you're just sipping, you're having a great time. If they, you walk around with the bottle and want to top them off, they're glad to do it. It's 11%, which for wine is reasonable. So you're not going to get your guests, they're not going to end up drinking more than they should, because they got to get home. Yeah, Prosecco is just a nice little drink, and this thing is crisp, clean, and delicious, if you ask me.
Absolutely. I love bubbles for the holidays.
Anything else in here?
That's it.
Okay.
Sign us out.
We talked about things, places, trains, places, and automobiles, and that's good for us. So we'll probably have another podcast coming up for too long. Drink bubbly. Doesn't matter. Pick your own style, but drink it. It's good for you. Good to you.
Peace out.
Adios.
Keep it cheap.
And we'll talk to you in a little bit.